So how I remember this is concave, convex, converge, and converge corrects. Sorry, conical, convex, converge, and that corrects farsightedness. And how I imagine that is I kind of just assume in my head to make it easy that converging means you're bringing something closer. So if you're seeing too far, it helps you it helps you see closer. That's how I basically like learned it in my head. That's obviously that's not like accurate or realistic depiction of what's going on, but it's an easy like on the spot heuristic to utilize to memorize this. And then I just, by process of elimination, would say, okay, if convex helps farsightedness because I need the light to converge, then divergent and lens would help nearsightedness. And yeah, that's kind of how I would, that's kind of how I actually like learned it. Um, yeah, and here as I show in a farsighted, the focal plane is like beyond behind the eyeball, whereas like in nearsightedness, it's like not quite hitting the back of the eye. It's not quite hitting the macula. So what you would need is like a lens that would like make it go farther in a way. And for me, like I just assume like, okay, if it's diverging, that means it's going farther. Whereas if it's converging, it's going closer. You're cutting the rays are coming together, so it's closer. So that's how I imagined it. So it'd be like conical, convex, convergent, closer versus divergent, flared ends, divergent, and then farther. So because they diverge, so they're going farther. So that's how I kind of just made a mnemonic, I guess, to memorize it in my head. Make it easier to like recall this on the spot. And for focus and power, I remember like foie gras. It's not a great way, but it worked for me. So it's like FOI to a foie gras, and I would make it foie tra. And for some reason, it got stuck in my head, even though it's kind of a silly way to remember it. So it's like 1 over F equals 1 over O plus 1 over I equals 2 over R. So that's basically the formula, and that's how I remembered it. I found this pretty easy way to remember it. And then meow, the cat with the magnifying glass helps, and it's suggestive of like m equals negative I over O. That's how I remembered it, just meow. But yeah, like this is much easier to memorize than the previous nearsighted, farsighted stuff. And I found these means to be helpful. And I is image and O is object in this case. So that's the end of this. Thanks, guys. I'll be uploading more videos on the PHA stages of development, as well as perhaps more kinematic stuff. If that's interested, please comment on how I could improve this or what do you want to see. Yeah.